Welcome to Faith and Freedom. For the next few minutes, we hope to inform, inspire, and encourage you as we discuss the legal victories and challenges to your fundamental freedoms and religious liberties. Faith and Freedom comes to you from Liberty Counsel, a civil liberties education and legal defense organization. Join us now as Matt Staver, the President and General Counsel of Liberty Counsel, explains the latest legal issues all across this country in the courtrooms of America. Liberty Counsel is winning the battle for your constitutional freedoms.
Calls to halt the indefensible taxpayer funding of Planned Parenthood grow across the nation. I'm Matt Barber, Vice President of Liberty Counsel Action and Associate Dean with Liberty University School of Law. In again today for Matt Staver, and joining me in studio is Deryl Edwards, President of Liberty Counsel Action and a Director with Liberty University School of Law. Liberty Counsel is joining with other national groups across the country calling for the defunding of Planned Parenthood and other abortion providers. With the federal deficit and the trillions our government is forced to reduce and eliminate spending in many areas, one of the first areas, Deryl, should be in funding of Planned Parenthood, an organization which received $363 billion in taxpayer dollars just last year, and an organization that is singularly responsible for the lion's share of the 53+ million innocent unborn children who have been slaughtered since 1973 in Roe v. Wade. And Deryl, Mike Pence, Congressman Mike Pence, attached the Pence Amendment. It passed in Congress. The Senate has it's going to have an uphill battle in the Senate, but this thing has got to get through. There is no excuse, and I hope that the new freshmen in Congress and the new senators and who have represented themselves as conservatives will not capitulate on this, will not surrender on this. It is an absolute must that Planned Parenthood, that your dollars, my dollars, our hard-earned money, it is absolutely, as I mentioned, indefensible that we are funding this giant national slaughterhouse.
Oh, absolutely. The funding for Planned Parenthood has got to stop. And I believe that the newly elected conservatives in the House will stick to their guns. I think they'll stay that way. We do have a tough battle in the Senate. I believe everyone listening ought to be able to call their senator. That's where it's going to be. Harry Reid's going to lead the fight there to keep the funding going.
Yeah, he said it's a non-starter. He said absolutely not. He said he'll shut down the government before he'll allow his little pet
his pet project for Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, to be defunded.
But I would just ask people to get on the phone and call, write their senator, and tell them that to vote to defund Planned Parenthood.
It's got to happen, and with a reported deficit of $1.6 trillion for the 2012 fiscal year, and state and local governments reporting deficits, pending bankruptcy, deficits in the billions. Federal and state governments are poised to cut tens of thousands of jobs each month for up to the next 2 years while raising taxes and reducing services to meet costs. And as Liberty Counsel has pointed out in a press release, with more than 60% opposing federal funding, according to one of the most recent polls, and I think it's higher than that. The House of Representatives, as we mentioned, voted to eliminate federal funding for abortions. And as you point out, Deryl, it's been met with Senator Harry Reid's strong demands for funds to go on. And, we cannot give up the fight on this. These are certain things are non-negotiable. Life is a non-negotiable item. It's 30+ years we have been killing, and there's no other word for it. It's abortion homicide. Our future in this nation. Our future is our children, and now is the time. People now have the initiative and the inclination to get this done. Just because there's some pushback, now is not the time to stop.
Well, it's even, in some ways, for many people, it's worse than that it's almost targeted. Recently watched a movie called Ma'afa 21, and I encourage people to watch that because they go into the history of the eugenics movement that was behind Planned Parenthood. It was renamed into Planned Parenthood as part of the cover-up. And the movie it's a powerful story. I would encourage people to go online and find the movie and order a copy and watch that.
Well, you mentioned, the eugenics movement. Planned Parenthood, as we've talked about multiple times on Faith and Freedom, Planned Parenthood was founded on the eugenics movement. Margaret Sanger was there's no other word for it, a white supremacist. She believed that the lesser people, less deserving non-deserving of even their own existence, the best way to prevent them from polluting the earth, and we're talking in large part about African Americans here, was to ensure that they were never born, was literally to execute them in the womb. This is the legacy of Planned Parenthood, and even today, we've got the Awakening coming up here, the Awakening 2011 at Liberty University. Lila Rose is going to kick off the event, and folks, for more information, go to the awakening2011.com. Lila Rose has done just a yeoman's work in exposing the true colors of Planned Parenthood. One of the things that she has exposed them as is a eugenicist, racist organization. She has gone through on multiple occasions and had various Planned Parenthood locations agree with people posing as potential donors, agreeing to take their money, earmark that money specifically to abort black babies. More than one time, several times, she came up with these people, got them on tape, just not even batting an eye. And it's no small wonder, too, that these massive, like the one in Houston, Planned Parenthood abortuaries go up in inner city areas where African Americans and Hispanic people are predominant. It's really no wonder at all.
Well, you're right, and you can trace the line from the beginnings all the way through, and then you have to ask the question: is there a pattern still here? They would deny it, but I venture to say if it was another organization, a conservative organization, they would certainly be willing to trace a history of a conservative organization back to its roots. But they want us to turn a blind eye to that, to their background.
Well, I would ask our United States representatives this: be they in the Senate, be they in the House, be they Republican, be they Democrat or Independent, do we need to be funding an organization with taxpayer dollars wherein its founder, Margaret Sanger, said this, quote, "The most merciful thing that a large family does to one of its infant members is to kill it"? Do we want to continue having our taxpayer funds, our hard-earned money, going to an organization whose founder said this on blacks, immigrants, and indigents, quote, "They are human weeds, reckless breeders, spawning human beings who never should have been born." That's Margaret Sanger, Pivot of Civilization, referring to, again, immigrants and African Americans, poor people. An organization that advocates sterilization and racial purification. She believed that for the purpose of racial, quote, purification, couples should be rewarded, particularly minority couples who opted in, who chose or agreed to be sterilized. And on and on and on her quotes go. Deryl, again, why are we funding with our taxpayer dollars this organization?
Well, that's why we're out there trying to get on the front lines to do the fighting for this, but we're asking people to join us. Planned Parenthood is taking a public relations bus tour right now, using hundreds of thousands of dollars on ads, our money, I guess you would say it is, to promote their own funding, money that our tax money to promote themselves. So it's something that we have to get people to rise up to write their congressmen or write their senators and have them stop this.
Well, we've only scratched the surface here. We've just talked about and really focused on the abortion issue, which is Planned Parenthood's main claim to fame. But they also are responsible for corrupting the youth of this nation with their sexual relativist propaganda and curricula that they put together to educate, quote unquote, kids in our public schools as young as kindergarten, with the main message being, if it feels good, do it. Just always practice safe sex. Of course, there's no such thing as safe sex. And since this comprehensive sex education nonsense has been started since its inception, we have seen teen pregnancy rates, we have seen STD rates in this nation skyrocket, and a great deal, again, of the responsibility for that rests on the shoulder of Planned Parenthood and moral relativists, sexual relativists, leftists, so-called progressives, and so forth. They're all kind of in the same, operate with the same bag of tricks. they are responsible for the rapid decline and the continuing decline that we see in this nation. Well, folks, we need your help. We're here to educate you and Congress and everyone who's willing to listen. Go to lc.org to help how you can become part of our ministry, how you can fight destructive organizations like Planned Parenthood. Work with us as we seek to have this abortion Goliath defunded. Go to lc.org or give us a call at 1-800-671-1776.
You have been listening to Matt Staver of Liberty Counsel. Our hope is to encourage and inspire you to stand up for your faith, family, and freedoms. We can accomplish a lot when we work together. Get informed and get involved today. Sign up for our free monthly newsletter, The Liberator. We will send it out to you free of charge. Stay informed with our Liberty Alert email update. Just click on the website at www.lc.org or call us at 1-800-671-1776. Tune in next time to learn more about your rights right here on Faith and Freedom.